So we did a thing. We bought a KTM 390 SMC R. Wasn't really planning on buying this bike. They had some Duke 390s on like crazy good deals, like $4,200 for brand new 24 Duke 390s. And when I called up there to see about buying one of those, they told me they just got this in and the guy who had a deposit on it canceled. So now we have this. Been wanting to get another Supermoto. Tried looking up some content. I really didn't see a whole lot about these on YouTube. So we're gonna kind of add to the lack of content, because that's what I'm good at. Lack of content. Alright. I don't know if you can tell, but it's been raining all day. Gotta pick this thing up. I do love this startup screen though. Ready to race? That's pretty sweet. We're going to take this out for its first ride and hopefully not get any more wet than we already have today. Alright, so we're just kind of shaking it easy a little bit here because, I mean, this literally has, I think, 3 miles on it. So we're not really beating on it too much. Don't want to pull out in front of too much traffic or anything like that. But, I mean, instantly I can tell that, like, you really have to find, like, the sweet spot on the clutch. Like, it really wants to, like, get up and go. Like, if you let that clutch out a little too much, it is raring to go. But yeah, I mean, it is just a ton of fun. God, I miss having a Supermoto. I do like this kind of very minimalist dash. You just have your speed and your gear indicator and your RPMs. I mean, you don't really need a whole lot more than that. The clock is nice, but the clock is wrong because nobody ever sets the clock anytime I ever buy a bike. I don't know what it is about that, but you know, I believe the headlights are, that's brights. I don't know how to turn the headlights on. I haven't quite figured all this out yet. But yeah, I mean, a little thumper. This is a ton of fun. Way more comfortable than a DRZ. I can tell you that right now. I had the comfort low seat on my old DRZ, and this is way more comfortable. I could potentially see riding this for longer than I ever could on the DRZ. We did like a scavenger hunt all over Columbus a couple years back, and I was dying on the DRZ. But this actually has like good like drop-offs on the side, towards kind of like a more ergo seat. Very comfortable. I like it. Now, if Seat Concepts does come out with a comfort seat, I'll probably get that too, because I did love that comfort seat. I should probably speed up. Yeah, brand new tires. I don't really want to go too crazy on them. And everything's a little wet. Yeah. Oh yeah. What a freaking hoot. This is great. I will say the thing, like, so I'd been kind of looking at Supermotos. I've been looking at used DRZs in my area too. And around this time of year, like in the winter time, I could find them for like $3,500, maybe $4,000 for like a used Supermoto DRZ. This $5,500 MSRP, out the door, tax, title, everything. I live in 8% tax county, so I was out the door $7,400. for a brand new 390 SMC R, which is great because I think that the MSRP on the new DRZs is what, 79, and then you add in all the other fees. So at 7,400 out the door, I'll take that all day long. Over $7,900 plus the fees. That's just sickening. I don't know what Suzuki's thinking with their pricing on the new DRZs, but this is where it's at all day long. I believe we're like 20 more horsepower than the KLX 300, which is in this similar price range. But when you can get this, I've owned the KLX 300 and I've owned the DRZ. So far, price per performance, this is where it's at. Like, no better than this. It's so smooth. Like, the shifting is just buttery. It's got that slipper clutch. Yeah, this is, if you can find one, I highly recommend getting one of these KTM 390 Supermotos. I think there's like one other guy that's posting videos of like riding videos on here, and I think on his like kind of on the freeway messing around, I think in his video he got up to 117 miles an hour. I know I at least saw 112. Somebody in the comments said 117. That's insane. That's great. If I can maybe lose a little bit more weight to get that top speed up, because for a 390 to be able to do over 100 on the freeway on a Supermoto, that's, yeah, it doesn't get any better than this. I will say the one thing that I've kind of been looking out for and trying to see if there's anything available at all is any kind of aftermarket accessories. And as of right now, there really isn't anything for the SMC R. You can find some Duke stuff. There was a guy on a Facebook group that had used the Duke 390 slip-on on one of these. I cannot for the life of me figure out which Duke 390 slip-on he used. It was a Dominator R1, but it looks like all the mounts that I had seen on them, they mounted on like the backside of the can. But it's hard to want to push this thing out of warranty by doing like the intake, exhaust, and tune kind of stuff that you would generally do on any of these bikes. With it being a new model, you really don't want to give them any reason to like deny a warranty claim, because you know new bikes always are going to come with issues. But I always usually try to say never buy the first model year of anything, but when the first model year is a Supermoto, like, how can I say no? And technically the engine's been out for a while, so I mean the most kind of newish thing on these is like the cluster and the frame and stuff like that. So the engine's been out for at least the 24 model year and 25 model year. So it's not like we're starting over from scratch. You don't have to have that like 100% new bike woes. I do have like a, I don't know, 29-inch inseam, and I can balls of the feet on both the feet, which is about where I like to be on Supermotos. I would love to say that I could do like the Ducati motards, but I'm way too short for those. Oh yeah. But yeah, this is just filling all of the Supermoto desires and things that I have been missing about not having a DRZ or the KLX 300. For the longest time there, I was like, well, the KLX 300 is the way to go because it's lighter, it's cheaper, stuff like that. I think this is a little bit heavier, But power-wise, this is going to take the cake, because pricing-wise, they're about the same pricing-wise for like an out-the-door price, unless you can get like an older model year, like a leftover inventory that they're trying to get rid of cheap, stuff like that. But I think that this might be the way to go. I do think eventually the aftermarket accessories are going to catch up with it, and that'll give you kind of more ways to customize it and make it your own and put that thumpy exhaust on there. But for right now, stock out the box, I'll take this all day long. Like this is about to be my new commuter. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the Groms anymore. I did see another rider talking about like double checking some of those screws, because he was finding some after a couple of rides he was finding some loose screws. So we'll probably go through and do like like a 100-mile touch up on just all of the kind of bolts and fasteners around here. But this is great. One thing I will miss is a fuel gas gauge. It does have a low fuel indicator light. I guess that's slightly better than the DRZ, where you just use the trip all the time and filled up at like 90 miles. But you still at least had a reserve whenever it would run out of gas. You just reach down and flick the reserve on. This, it's light comes on. I think you have like 3/4 of a tank of gas left, so you better be getting to a gas station. Yeah. If I knew how to wheelie, I would try to do one, but I don't. So, whatevs. We're just living our best life. I do like I can go all nuts to tank on it, and it's still super comfy. Yeah, this is great. I fucking love this. I'm like a fucking kid on Christmas right now. My new Supermoto. Alright, well, so first little mini ride is in, just to get some first impressions. We'll probably have to go through and kind of make a couple little changes. Obviously I want to change out these mirrors for something that doesn't stick up like dual sport mirrors. We're gonna want to just feel it out, get it through its break-in process, because I've heard that these things really open up after like 625 miles. That they're set to like a factory break-in tune. So first impressions, bike's freaking amazing. I love it. If you're thinking about a KLX 300 Supermoto or a DRZ Supermoto, buy one of these if you can find it. Search around, see what you can do. But yeah, stick with me on this guy. We're going to get some good content with the old KTM 390 SMC R.